And welcome back, gamers. We're here playing Dwarf Fortress again. As you can see, a trade caravan just arrived. I already did a lot of the um, liaison stuff, just the parts that you didn't see, I believe, that you didn't see that we're doing right now. I already ordered up most of my goods, and we're delivering things to the trader very quickly, so I'll probably do that as quickly as possible, maybe not talk about it too much. So this is what they show you. This is basically the price of the items that they want to buy. So maces, short swords, armors, backpacks, cut gems, seeds, windows, musical instruments, figurines, earrings, ammunition, and footwear all have price increases. So as like I said, I believe I said in the other videos that every notch is 25%. Up to 100%, and it's obviously just approximate. I'm not really sure what determines if it's plus or minus. So I guess, is that the liaison? He's already leaving? Wow, that was pretty quick. Usually they hang around. So I've had them, like, sometimes hang out for years after, like, the caravan left. So that's pretty cool. I guess I may have missed the part about the prices that he shows me, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure you already saw that in the other episode, so. And if not, well then, crap, I'm a terrible person, and I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and start preparing meals. I'm going to make sure that we're brewing drinks. So we should be good. We're just waiting for our dwarf to show up here, so we can kind of get this party started. He's on break. I don't know what he needs a break for. He's had booze. He should be rearing to go. Okay, he's here. So we're going to go ahead and trade. I've brought in a bunch of crap because we were already sort of prepared with a lot of food and that sort of thing, so let's go ahead and get to work. Buy all of their glass because that can be turned into crap. I don't want any of their blocks because that's crap's nonsense. I'll buy some of their clay and their one piece of wood. Oh no, they've got 4 pieces of wood, excuse me. I don't mean to slander these good dwarves. Okay. So let's jump down here. I don't see anything that really jumps out at me. I do need a dog. I actually need 2 dogs, but I don't know if they brought another dog. I don't see one, so we're going to keep going. They have picks, which are kind of nice for cheap. It's always a good investment, just because, obviously, the more picks you have, the more you can have dwarves get to work. I don't want any of those. 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 I'll buy your gypsum. I'll buy your helmet spawn. I'll buy your sand, your rock nuts, your sand. I'll buy your gypsum. We talked about cloth a little bit. I'm going to find their leather, if they happen to have brought it. They didn't bring any leather? I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Well, we'll come back. Let's see, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing. Well, I could buy some. I guess I'll buy a handful of them. Crutches, splints, cheese, weapon, or trap components, yarn. May as well buy up all of this. I'll jump back up. I don't want any of their meat. I don't really want silk. Don't you just have, like, pigtail stuff? Why is it so expensive? I'll buy that. And we'll jump back up here. suppose I could buy the dog now. I'll wait for the next shipment. I don't really want their booze because we're selling them booze, so that would be stupid. You have any maces that are cheap? Cheap maces? No? I don't see anything. Oh, sorry about that siren if you can hear it. Dye bags. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Really though, do you have any maces? That's all I really want. Don't you have it? Please. Let's see. Does anyone see it? Anyone spot it? I'm looking... I don't even remember what I'm looking for, honestly. Hammers? Mace? No, maces. Maces, that's what it was. Cages, barrels, buckets, picks. So we're in the weapons area. Might as well buy these battle axes, because they count as, like, for chopping down trees and things. Iron picks. Another battle axe, sure. Spears, short sword, warhammer, picks, and then we're out. So they don't have any maces. Let's try and buy some more cloth. They may get angry at us. How about that? Oh, well, they're fine with that. So am I. That's a pretty good deal. So we'll tell them to bugger off. And now we have all kinds of goods that they're going to move around for us. So that's pretty sweet. Oh, something died over here. Remember, if you see this miasma and it's coming from a workshop, you can hit T and it'll show you the inside of that workshop, and then you can sort of give it commands from there. We're going to order up some more bolts. Wooden one. Well, we're going to make bone bolts because stuff is apparently dying, and we're going to make wooden bolts. We're going to sort of err on the side of not as many wooden bolts because they are, we've talked about that before, how wood is a little bit more, wood is a little bit more valuable just because there's such a finite amount of it. So we're going to try and shy away from using that. I mean, obviously, that'll be a part of our ammo income just because it's needed, but we're going to try and supplement it with bone as much as possible. So we're sort of just waiting for stuff to happen. I don't care when this caravan leaves because I already have all the stuff that I wanted to buy. It wasn't even that good of a selection, honestly. They didn't have any leather. They didn't really have any of anything. So the next thing I'm going to do, now that I'm just staring at it and waiting for this to jump ahead, in fact you probably don't see anything because of the save every season. But the room there at the top next to the ammo dump is going to be the archery range, and it's kind of a little bit different. So what you have to do is you have to hit build, you have to go into build, and you have to build the archery targets, and they're a little bit new depending how long you've been playing Dwarf Fortress, but you hit B and then you hit shift A. I sort of spread them apart just because you don't even want all of your archers working at the same time, just because they get angry if they're always on duty. So we'll go ahead and we'll create just a handful of them. Give them a little bit of spacing so they're not bumping into each other and shooting each other and that sort of thing. Is this guy or... Oh wow. You can have a... So thieves are starting to show up. So I'm actually going to create a squad for that guy. And he is a farmer. What was his name? I don't remember. Alath Okenrakust. God, their names are so hard. Alath Okenrakust. This guy. So then we're going to hit M for military, and as you can see, it's now created this next sort of squad. So we're going to go ahead and create it. So we hit C. We want these to be archers, and we will rename it to Planets of Earth. Interesting. We'll rename them to Fortress Rangers. Just basically something to let us know that it's a ranged squad. So we'll sort of sit here and wait for something to happen. Actually, I guess there is a few sort of things I can be doing, like making sure that these are processing plants, make sure our still is creating booze, which it is not. So we're sort of just hanging out some more. Rotten Bobcat Corpse. Cool. I like how we just leave dead stuff. The thing about this game is dead stuff lasts forever. Like, at some... See, like all of this grisliness. Sometimes stuff just lasts forever. I've had... it look like a field of death if you've had even a couple of sieges. Just because the sieges get bigger every time they happen. And if you keep winning, or even if you don't, even if you do like sort of decently, the bodies just keep piling up just because they sort of deteriorate kind of slowly, which is sort of legit, but not really. Like it'll last about a year, and I mean it'll decompose, but it won't go anywhere. Like the bones will stick around and that sort of thing. So not that crazy, but you know. Ash. What is taking this so long? Oh yeah, probably because the dwarves who make ash are busy. We're gonna tell them to process more plants, just because that's something that we always need, basically. Things are going pretty smoothly. We kind of need more people, or... See, because the thing with military is you can't really train until you have about 5 dwarves. Because even if you have one dwarf in the squad and you set the squad to train, that means that one dwarf will always be training. And it's sort of, think of it like work. You don't want to be told that you have to work all the time, non-stop, no breaks. It kind of makes them pissed off. Like, even their jobs they sort of like, but when it comes to the military, even until they're like legendary dwarves, they kind of hate it. And even when they're legendary, they need other stuff to do, otherwise they kind of go crazy. Ooh, look, this guy's hunting. He's hunting this elephant. Oh man! Right here. Oh, he like is shooting this elephant at point blank range. Holy crap, this dude's crazy. Pew, 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 pew. I think that elephant just barfed. Pew, pew. Oh, elephant's dead. And now he's carrying it back. That dude is beastie. That was fun. Yeah, it barfed. I don't know why that's relevant. So we're going to cut some stuff, especially the glass, just because, I mean, the glass is basically meant to be cut for us, because when you have raw glass, you can't do anything else with it. So, it's basically a way to turn nothing into money. We're kind of going to want to have to expand the dormitory into actual housing. Because they're not processing that fast enough. This miasma over here. Doors get pissed off. And rotten elephant corpse. You stupid Egypts. Oh man, look at that. We've got tons of bone. Bone bolts. More dead stuff. So if we could only get like... Oh yeah, and we also need to do burial junk. Let's see, what's a fun way to do this? I don't know, kind of just phoning it in. I just sort of make patterns and... something like that. I don't know, I've got a thing for symmetry. We'll just leave it there. Wooden wheelbarrows. Wheelbarrows are kind of important. They were something that was added relatively recently. Basically, the item's weight. It used to only matter for like transporting goods for the caravans and that kind of thing, but they've kind of made it affect the dwarves as well. So obviously, like if they're lifting these stone bits with their hands, it's sort of freaking kobolds. If they're lifting the stone by their hand, it slows them down considerably. Whereas like cobaltite, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. It's one of the densest materials. So it's actually like incredibly heavy. There might be like one or two types of stone that are heavier. Or I could be talking out my butt completely. That's also possible. But basically, since it's so dense, it's incredibly heavy. So even moving it up a few levels without a wheelbarrow is basically takes a million years. So... I have to make sure that they are processing those right. We still seem to... I better make sure we're making barrels. Barrel, wooden, 15, pot, rock, 15, jug, rock, 15. Woo! Let's see if we can... So, it's always nice, even... Sometimes it's something to consider. As you know, our hunter dwarf, if you were watching, he actually started out with relatively low hunting abilities and no crossbow abilities. So he's basically started out as crap. As long as you give him a crossbow and bolts, they'll basically always be doing that. And if you're in a place that's relatively low in terms of wildness, you'll be hunting creatures that are less dangerous. And it's sort of a good way to train crossbow dwarves for the military. Basically, every dwarf who is a hunter is also in my military as an archer, just basically because they're getting archery practice so they spend bolts if they're practicing or not. Or if they're practicing or if they're hunting. So I figure you may as well get the abilities that you need for your military while you're getting a steak, an elephant steak. So that's sort of my reasoning behind that. You can definitely be like, well, if my military gets slaughtered, I don't want to be up a river in terms of hunters. That's fine. It's basically just a way I try to have efficiency set. And basically, I also find that like hunters that are trained for military, like their dodging and stuff, you can train. I find that useful as well, especially if you're in a place that's a little bit more dangerous, just because if a bear or something charges out and tries to eat their guts, then they'll be better dodgers, better fighters, and they'll be able to like punch it and club it with the crossbow or whatever if they happen to be out of ammo, rather than just being like, "Oh, I'm out of ammo. Please don't eat my liver. I just got it." That sort of thing. So, what is all of that? Puzzle box. Oh, those are toys. Weird. Mugs. Oh yeah, we need to make more bins. Wooden bin. 30. Always need more bins. Bins, bins, bins. Give me all the bins. How are we doing on the wood? We're doing alright. I don't know. We might want to start cutting a little bit more of it. Oh yeah, our hives are probably done. Yes. Nope. Crap. Okay, fine. All the dwarves are snoozing away. We have no chairs, so we're basically waiting for stuff to happen. And that definitely does happen, especially in the earlier game when all of your dwarves are basically stuck doing something. And I'm sure we've talked about that. If not, it's a thing that happens. Pay attention. Keep up. I'm just kidding. I'm glad you're here. Have I ever said how much I appreciate you viewers? I mean, right now I'm kind of small time, but it's always nice to have you guys come back. I like it. And I like doing these videos for you. Also because I can talk about goblin heads that are reanimated and roll after dwarven ankles. Chief Medical Dwarf. Oh yeah, we need to get started on that. Let's actually start planning for that. So this is the level we have to tap in. So I'm going to want it to come right into here. So I'm actually going to create the medical ward here. And I'm going to have it be pretty much as big as possible. Just because sometimes you need a lot of room for dwarves that got their butts kicked. So then I will create a door here. We will have it come out this way. Have it come out this way. Something like that, I think? Maybe not. I don't know if I like that. Okay, back to the drawing board. Whoops, that wasn't very useful. Something, okay. So this is, that's kind of a really big hospital. You know what? Let's waste space. It's okay. It's okay to waste space sometimes. There's a lot of space in Dwarf Fortress. I've got like 150 levels or something to work with, and they're pretty gigantic, so, you know, it's okay. So I'm actually going to have the well come here. So we're going to create an access point. I'm actually going to create a hallway that separates them, and then the well will be here. So that means that this needs to come out this way. And I guess we can have it sort of turn here. You never know when you might need more space for something. So let's see. The hospital is here, so the well needs to be here, which is actually pretty ideal, because that means the water doesn't have to go hardly anywhere at all. So let's open up this. And let's, wait. Where do I want the edge of the well to be? Probably about right there, is the extreme-most edge. So, what we will do is we will say this will come this way. Okay, so that's there. So then we're going to have it turn. And we're going to channel down. So there. Whoops. Okay. So here's the well level. Here is the... So this is where they get water. This is where the pool will be, and and the pumping mechanism. Here will be where that pulls from. So this is the lowest level. So this here. Woo! I'll do something just so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so there. So then it's here. And I want it to come up this way. I gotta be careful, because I can't, if I run into, in fact, I might have already run into that. Yep. That'll actually be fine. So, what we will do is we'll extend this out even farther. And then we will have an access point right here. Woo! Not like that, though. Right there. Actually, what I might divert this. No, there's not enough room. I was actually thinking about making a moat, where you can build a bridge, and then sort of like when there's a siege, you can close it up and have your fortress isolated from the outside, and then you can do things to divert monsters into other places. It's an option. I didn't really plan it out that well. If I did, I would have created a larger gap here and moved everything back. But since we're already up against the wall, that would have been hard to do, or I would have had to think about my design. But anyways, I didn't. And sometimes you kind of have to think about those. Whatever is important to you is what you're going to want to think about long term. If defense is important, think about that early on, and think about how you want things to sort of channel monsters and shut people down and that sort of thing. You don't get a second shot. Or if you do, it's going to take some pretty crafty design work. Come on, boys. So we're going to want some wooden chests. I'll say 15. We're going to want some rock cabinets. I'll say 15 again. And that'll be good. Alright. That's on its way. So we're going to need wooden corkscrews. So we'll get 5 of those. We're going to need pipe section. Can I make that out of rock? I don't think I can, which is weird. I mean, they make it out of, like, cement. Why couldn't I make it out of rock? I could just take a big old rock and carve it out. But whatever. We're letting it go. Letting it go. We'll make wooden pipe section. Those are basically parts for the screw pump. Just so when we're ready for it, we'll be good to go immediately. I'm also going to make some rock door. 10 of those, because I don't think I've got 6 of them. I've got 1. Oh, we're running out of wood. We have poked the wooden badger demon, and it wants wood. Lots of it. So we're gonna cut out some more swaths of our incredible jungle forest land. And of course you can always go a level above and see kind of where trees are located, that sort of thing, high density sort of stuff. I created a 3x3 path in. Like I said, remember that if there is not a 3x3 path in, wagons will not be able to access your site, and then you will be sad because no one will want to come and give you money. Turtle bucks. Everyone wants the turtle bucks. What else do we need? We're good for now. Oh, come on. Keep digging. I don't necessarily recommend, if you're new to the game, I don't recommend tempting fate with damp stone. Damp stone is basically an alert. It's like if you're, if something, damp stone is basically the connection, it will be one square away, basically. So if there's a square somewhere, like right here, say, every square around it is going to be technically damp stone, because it's saying we're containing this guy here in the middle. So so it's like, warning, if you line through this, there's a potential that all the water will come rushing out and poop all over your day. So it's, I wouldn't, if you're new to the game, I wouldn't recommend messing with it, or if you don't mind starting fortresses over. I know I'm safe here just because I'm a little bit more familiar with the water, but I also know that while that's technically a lot of water, it would not flood this fortress. It would make me very sad, because it would basically provide everything on the outside world a direct access into my base, but for the most part, that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, other than that. Okay. So that is getting started. So we'll probably do a little bit more work on that for next time. Let's see. Do we have tables? We do. So I'm going to order up traction, but oh wait, do we have ropes? Maybe not. Let's make a few things. Let's order up bags. We'll put those on repeat. We also want rope, and then we just want clothing. But we'll actually leave that for now, because we want a few of those to be made. Man, we have a ton of elephant junk. We might be in business for forever. Yeah, we've got tons of bones, which is awesome. Skulls, which can be made into totems. Ivory, which can be made into crafts. Shells can also be made into crafts. That's always something to remember if you're killing fish, creatures. Pretty much all of them can be used for all sorts of things. So just be aware that you need to keep on top of those trade crafts. Do we have more doors? Nope. Okay, wait. We need to order a lot of tables, like 30. I also need traction benches. Traction, 10 of those. So I'm basically ordering stuff up to make this available for our hospital. I'll sort of show you that setup in probably the next video. Obviously, in the last fortress, we did not get that chance because we were eaten by zombies, which will help prevent against zombieism, sort of. It's not like modern science. It's basically like old science, like people can still die from infections, from yucky water, and that kind of thing. So, you know, it prevents some deaths, like bleeding out, kinda, but, I mean, you still have to pay attention. I need a lot of ash, because I've got about a metric ton of elephant fat. And I've got so many bones, I can probably just go into infinite elephant bone creating mode, which is awesome. I've actually never had that big of game around. Like, we've killed maybe 3 of them, and the amount of, like, meat and things that they put out is just prodigious. Anyways, we've gone a little bit long here, so I'm going to say thank you for watching. I've been Draxxinusam. Please leave a like or a comment if you've enjoyed either this video or any of my other Dwarf Fortress videos. I definitely appreciate those. They basically let me know if you guys are actually enjoying these things. For example, like, I'm not sure that Skyrim's doing so well. We might switch that out for something. I always appreciate your participation. I'll try and, you know, comment and talk to you guys when they come up. But we will see you soon. You have a good one, gamer.